If you are looking to sail on Princess Cruise Line's Emerald Princess and you want more information on what you might expect if sailing on this ship, well, this is the video for you. We are going to take you around and show you everything from our cabins, the pools, the different amenities, dining, and more. But not only that, we are going to take you through all of our stops. We have 6 amazing stops in the Caribbean, and we're going to take you and show you exactly what we did and how we booked everything. So come along on our adventure on the Emerald Princess. We had our 2 adult sons with us, so we had 2 balcony cabins, this one being a queen bed and the other having 2 twins. And even though it says it's a queen bed, it felt more like a king. It was pretty large. You do have a nice empty fridge. I will say that these cabins are pretty dated. Now, this ship was put into service in 2007, and I know they have done some remodeling, but I don't think they've done too much with the cabins themselves. There was plenty of storage though, and even in the bathrooms there was some shelving, and I was able to fit all of my toiletries. I don't like that they had this shower curtain here in the shower because it really kind of just flew in and stuck to you every time. So this is basically the same cabin type except it has the 2 twins. The pool areas, there were 2 main pools, so this being one of them. And during the daytime, these 2 pools got pretty crowded. This was pretty early in the morning when we filmed this, so it wasn't too bad, but it could get really crowded. This was on our sail away day, and so of course everybody is going to be at the pool area during the sail away party. But if you've been on any ship before, you know that the pools do get really busy, especially on the sea days. Now, these were the 2 main pools, and there were 2 others. One that was in the back of the ship. This was a pretty small one, and I really didn't even find it until later in the cruise. It was back near the buffet at the aft of the ship. There were also some sort of oddly placed hot tubs that were back there as well. Now, this is the adults only pool, the Lotus pool that is right off of the spa area. And up on that upper deck is the sanctuary. It's a lounge area that you do have to pay and reserve in order to get in. Our first stop was at Princess's own beach club, and that is on Princess Cays, Bahamas. This is a tender port, meaning that you do have to take a separate little smaller boat from the ship to get to the island itself. Once you get over there, you'll find that there are 2 distinct sections, so you can basically go left or right, and each section will have its own beach. There's restaurants, restrooms, shops, etc. So you can kind of just take your pick and go either direction. They do have some excursions, so when you get onto the island, you can check in for your excursions, or you can rent cabanas or some clamshell seating, and you do need to reserve that all ahead of time before you get over here because they will all be sold out by the time you get over to the island. We did see these cool little wheelchairs here, so it makes it beach accessible, and there were some lockers available for rent. This is one of the restaurants here, and I'm just gonna warn you, just watch out. So as you can see here, we went to go eat, and look at the flies. But the flies were not just flying around there, they were getting inside of the food, and it didn't seem like anybody really cared or bothered. So I really just didn't eat. I just had some fruit that they had outside. Aside from the food, the whole experience at Princess Cays was a little underwhelming if you've ever been to Bimini Beach Club or to Perfect Day at Coco Cay. Although I will say that there was plenty of sitting at the beach, the water was nice. We did enjoy the beach. So I did mention that it is a tender port, so that means you have to get back onto a tender to get back to the ship. And boy, I think we picked the wrong time because it was just packed in there, and it took about an hour for us to get on the tender. They did give you some cool towels, which clearly Enrique was just having way too much fun with. So, I mean, you can make the best of it, right? Our second stop was in St. Thomas, but we had been to St. Thomas a couple of times already and had checked out what we wanted to see there. So we wanted to take a ferry and go over to St. John and hit up Trunk Bay because we had heard that it was just a stunning beach, and we really wanted to experience beach days on this trip. So we found an open air taxi to take us over to the ferry port, and well, the ride over there was an adventure of its own. ferries run frequently. It only takes about 20 minutes to get over there. Paid about $16 round trip, but just make sure to pay attention to the schedule because you want to make sure that you are going to get back to St. Thomas on time to then take a taxi back over to the port to catch your ship. The ferry was packed. We sat up top and we had a beautiful view of Cruz Bay as we came in. So then we just got on another taxi and took it over to Trunk Bay. We made it to Trunk Bay, and let me just say, wow, this place is awesome. It is so beautiful. Check it out. The cool thing about this place is that there are green mountains right in back of the beach here. I don't think I've ever encountered that at a beach like this before. And the sand is so soft, the water is just clear, but there is snorkeling really close by near these rocks. It's kind of like an all-in-one kind of place. It's just so smooth. There are no waves here. It's like a big giant swimming pool. Being the degens that we are, we spent a lot of time in the casino. While it wasn't huge, they had plenty of slot machines and table games, and we had a good time in here every evening. Don't expect great drink service though. I don't think I saw them come by very often. Also, don't get addicted to the stupid quarter game. We were obsessed with it. We did win some money on it, but you don't earn any points for it. They did have a small little arcade that was right outside of the casino as well. Another sucker game, but I kid you not, on Enrique's first try. Yeah, he won $100, so what the heck? Then we played probably another $25 and we lost it all, so it was just beginner's luck. Now the production shows here, we only went to one, and that is my biggest regret because it was actually a really good show. So we saw this magic show, and it was like sort of a musical magic show. It was great. We heard great things about the shows overall. Now they did have a lounge where they had different trivia games. They did have karaoke in there. That was a lot of fun. There was also another lounge in the back where we saw a comedian who was pretty funny. And there was also an 80s night party. We did see a lot of people get dressed up, and it was a good time. In the evenings in the piazza, they had different bands playing. This was our house band, and they were excellent. All the entertainment was really good. And we didn't hit up a lot of bars, and unfortunately we didn't get a whole lot of footage. We are not big drinkers, but rest assured there are plenty of bars for you. So we're on St. Maarten today, and we came out to Mullet Bay. So there are some taxis outside of the port area that you can get. They have set prices. Now, depending on the number of people you have, it can vary, but we have 4 of us, and it costs us $10 to get out to Mullet Bay. So that's where we are now, Mullet Bay. This is a great beach that we've been to before, and I remembered that I wanted to come back because it's like this clear, blue, warm water, white sand beach. They have plenty of chairs for rent. We paid $30 for 2 chairs and umbrellas. They have some jet skis off in the distance. There are some boats that look like they're being used for excursions here, and it's just a nice, gorgeous place to spend some time. Also, what we might do in a couple minutes or in a little while, we might go out to Maho Beach. It's a very close drive from here, and only about a $2 to $3 taxi ride per person to get over there. So that's where the airplanes come in, and we'll see if we get out there today. We're finishing up the last leg of our tour here in Antigua. We went with Lawrence of Antigua. It's been great, but this beach here is Friars Beach, and it is another lovely beach. I think of all of them so far, this is definitely the warmest of the water. It is like mountain water, but again, just that clear, calm water. It's like a swimming pool. This place has a restaurant. There are a couple of sets of bathrooms. You can rent chairs for $5, umbrellas for $10, so very reasonable. The restaurant though is very expensive, but the lady that is renting out the chairs and the umbrellas is bringing us in some food, some jerk chicken, beans and rice for $18 a plate, so much more reasonable. And we're just gonna enjoy this for another hour or so. Beautiful. It's a rainy day on St. Kitts, and we got a late start this morning, got off the ship, and somebody offered us a tour for a reasonable price. We're gonna take it up and see what it's like with the rain going on. We may have a stop at the beach too, but we'll see how it goes.
Pour your own poison.
Yeah, I'm not gonna give myself too much.
Pour your own poison. What are we having?
Can I have a Coke? Thank you.
Hold on.
Tony.
Yeah, no, I'll wait.
Give me a chaser.
Yeah, I'm gonna need this.
Alright.
My man going here.
You know, have the Coke ready too.
Tony having the moonshine.
We have Caribs and all that. We can get some.
Not as bad as I thought, actually.
You want a Carib?
Okay.
You have one?
The Mexican style Coke.
I'll drink the rest of yours. Thank you.
Cassia, it's called the sandbox.
Karim.
Let's head on now. Let's head to our next
Wait, we're missing somebody. We're missing. Oh, here they come.
Okay, that's good.
So when they're home, then in the backyard, I listen from the road. I don't like them on the main. Because they're running across the traffic back and forth. They do everything.
Today's stop is the island of Tortola, which is in the British Virgin Islands. We did an excursion to Virgin Gorda, to the baths at Virgin Gorda. So what happens is when we got off the ship, we went to a ferry boat, took us across the water to another island in the British Virgin Islands called Virgin Gorda. And so it took about 35 minutes, hopped on some shuttle buses or little open air kind of buses, and it took you to the baths at Virgin Gorda. It's actually a national park here. You have to hike down to get to the different areas. So first we're starting here at Devil's Bay, which is a great beach area. Just hang out for a little while, and then we'll go over to what's called the Cays. And I can't wait to see the caves because I've seen some videos and pictures and it looks incredible. All right, we are finished with the Devil's Bay. Now we are headed to the baths. But I will say that if you are going to come out here for one of these excursions, don't bring too much with you because you have to carry it everywhere. So today we packed lightly. We didn't even bring towels with us. We just brought one big water bottle and a small little backpack just to kind of carry, a few essential things. But don't try to bring too much. So basically this is all we brought with us. This little backpack and our water bottle. I also recommend that you just wear water shoes. You can see them because you're gonna go hiking and then into the water caves. It just makes more sense to wear the water shoes.
Make a stage is fine, yeah, yeah. I like it, I go la 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 la. I like it, I just wah 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 wah. Oh baby, say.
There was quite the line when we were going down the first set of stairs. It was pretty steep, so I guess I understand why. Once we got past it though, the crowd sort of dissipated, and it's pretty incredible down here.
Get you down. Gonna make a stage just fine. 이대로 모자라지도 넘치지도 않아. 'Cause I got my collection.
The caves themselves are just one way in, one way out, and when you come out on another beach. So here we are. Gonna hang out for a little while and then get back to the ship.
Oh baby, say it and make it a day that brighter day. I like it, I go la 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 la.
So walking back, this path is much easier. So technically you could just take this simple path to go down to that last beach that we went to and call it a day. But if you do that, you won't get to see the baths and you won't get to see Devil's Bay. So if you are able to do the tougher path to get down there, I do recommend you do that.